What I want to talk to you about today is building and growing your team, not just locally, but on a national scale. Okay. And here's why. We all build teams because we recognize the fact that it's better for us to get 1% of 100 people's production than 100% of our own. Okay. Life's much easier that way. John D. Rockefeller said that, by the way. My saying is this: I'd rather get 1% of 1,000 people's effort than 100% of my own. Right. And here's why. You know, if you're growing a team, it's probably because you're already pretty good in production. You're pretty good at helping people buy and sell houses. You're helping investors invest in flips and rental properties, and you should be doing that yourself, by the way. Okay. The reality is that when you achieve that goal, when you have multiple people underneath you out there producing, and I don't recommend the traditional franchise model where you have several buyer's agents and listing specialists. And, you know, I'm not saying that model doesn't work. That model has worked for a long time. It just doesn't work very well. In fact, it's a job. Okay, let's be honest about this. When you bring people on and you train them and they're good, are they going to stick around for that split that you've been giving them? No, you know it and I know it too. They're going to leave. You got a job. You created a job. If you're in a local scale, a localized team, which is 99.9% of the teams, you know, you can't stop working. All right. And I've seen other models, mega expansion team models and things like that. But the other problem is when you're in a traditional franchise model, that's saying the tagline on every brand and promotion that says each office independently owned and operated. Well, that means a lot. What it means is the owner of all those franchises you're trying to operate out of, they want to get paid too. And so do the regions that they're in. It gets quite expensive. Believe me, I've seen brokerages try this. It is extremely hard to make that work because there's so much overhead. I know one national team, the agent gets 22%. Who's gonna stay for that? Come on, let's be serious. When you can operate on a national scale and you don't have to pay all those franchises and you don't have to pay all those regions, you get to keep a lot more money. You can give your agents a lot more and you get to keep a lot more. Okay. So let's just talk about some of the benefits. Number one is when you expand on a national scale, like for me personally, I'm in 37 states. We're in at least 100 different MSAs. That's meaningful statistical area. Okay. So it dramatically reduces risk. I mean, think about it. If one market goes down or three markets go down because an industry leaves town or there's something happens there, who knows, a hurricane, I've seen all kinds of things happen. You, and you're in one of those markets and you just have a local team, well, you could be in a pretty bad way. But if you have a national team, you've got all those other markets still performing for you. Okay. It's a huge benefit. Another big benefit is this. If you're an investor like me, now you can invest confidently in all these different markets because you have agents out there that not only do you know, you've actually trained them. Okay. Now, my team, Global Investor Agent Team, we actually focus on investing. We specialize with investing in investors. So our agents, for the most part, invest themselves too. Right. So in any case, a couple big benefits there. Another one is this: you do reduce risk because of the fact that you don't have all your eggs in one basket when it with production with your agents. You also reduce risk with your own investments because likewise you don't have all your eggs in one basket. You got properties in multiple locations. Okay. Um, and there's some other things to think about too. Here's this. Check this out. The brokers that we're with, you know, we don't have to worry about franchises because it's not a franchise system. The franchise model will always be here. Caldwell Banker, Remax, KW, they're always going to be here. They're always have their place in history. Okay. But when you can operate in a system where operations has been centralized, what that means is the operations matrix takes care of all compliance, liability, commission disbursement, transaction management, all that is centralized in one location to frees you up so you can focus on production with your agents. Okay. Um, a couple of other things are this. When you do it that way, you don't have any liability. You're not liable for your agent's activities because they report to their own broker of record in their own state, right? You report to a broker of record wherever you have your license, and they're going to do the same thing. So operationally, they do report to a broker of record, but they report to you for production purposes, for sales purposes. Okay. pretty awesome. So you're only paying for yourself. The agents underneath you are paying for themselves. That includes whatever cap they're on. That includes E&O. This is what I'm saying. You only pay for your own E&O. You only pay for your own cap. Okay. Um, and those are just some of the things to consider. If you'd like to learn more about this, just contact us. There'll be a link on the page here. You can put your name down there, your email, your phone number, whatever you want, and just have a conversation. We've already done this ourselves. In fact, I've got agents, like I said, in 37 states, 166 agents at last count, and I've only been doing this for 3 years. All right. The prior company I was at, actually, let's go back to the beginning. I used to have my own brokerage, and I grew it to 50 agents in 3 years. Not too shabby, it's pretty good. But when you consider we did it in the first 3 years of the big recession, it's even more startling because all the brokerages had lost agents. In fact, statistically, in the years of the Great Recession, half the agents left the business. Our business grew sixfold. I mean, everybody was trying to buy my business. You name them, Caldwell Banker, Remax, Keller Williams. They're all sending people to see me writing big checks, and I said no. They wanted to be the investor agent company. And I told them, you can't just flip a switch and do that. This is who we are. This is what I was born to do. But in any case, from there, I went to one of the big franchise models and started training all over the country. I taught agents how to work with investors, agents in all 50 states and 3 Canadian provinces. Okay. And in those 8 years, I built an organization of 78 people. Again, not too shabby. 78 people is nothing to be ashamed about. But here, in 3 years, I've gone to more than double that, 166 in 3 years. So I get part of their commissions on all those transactions. All right. I also get revenue share. And by the way, I also get stock. That's a separate matter. And I don't want to go into all the details about all the other benefits you get. But I want you to think about this and ponder this. And if you're interested and you'd like to operate where you don't have liability, um, you don't have to worry about brokerage operations and compliance and all that stuff. Um, and by the way, if you structure your business correctly, like I did, you'll set up an LLC in a state that has no state business income tax. Because remember, you're not part of the transactions directly. Your agents are. Your commission income you can funnel anywhere you want. Okay, you can go to Los, Arizona, Nevada, Wyoming, Texas, Delaware, there's a number of states. But do your homework. If you're interested, I'll share with you what I did. Just look me up and I'll share what I did. But in any case, doing it in a state where you don't have any state business income tax, perfectly legal. In fact, you're using the laws in your favor. There's also no barriers to growth. When you don't have the franchise model, you don't have barriers to growth. You don't have people telling you no, that you have to do it their way. You don't have to do that. You can do it your way. I'm telling you. You'll have a lot more. By the way, you only have to have a license in one state. Remember, your agents on your team, they have a license in their state. You don't have to have a license in all the states where you have agents. You just have to have a license in the state where you set up your LLC. Okay. In any case, you can grow much further, much faster with this type of national team model. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, you get a lot more of your own time back. Another thing too is this: if you have, if you're an investor, all right, and you have all those people working for you, you can train them to work. I mean, you can train them to invest and train them to work with other investors too. That opens another layer of potential income for you. Um, they were, by the way, those agents report to their own broker in charge for their own state. Again, for production, for operations purposes, and they report to you for production purposes. In any case, I hope you like what I'm telling you here. If you got questions, just let me know. We've got all the systems, we've got the platforms. We've already developed everything. We've done it for ourselves, and we're already doing it for other people too. There's no, you don't have to pay anything just to talk to me. I am looking to expand. I'm looking to show other people how to do what I've done, right? It's all about paying it forward. I actually grow when you grow. So I'm incentivized to help you produce more and grow. So let's take your local team. Let's get it grow on a national scale. And it's not linear growth, by the way. You're not just going to the state next to you. It's not like you're in West Virginia and you're growing into Virginia and Kentucky and in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. You can grow in Washington State, Maine, California, Florida, wherever you, there's no barrier and there's no limits. Uh, let's help you do that. I know you've got to be interested in this. When I first figured this out 3.5 years ago, I couldn't wait to get started, and the support is phenomenal. So, okay, I think I've said enough. I guess you got the big picture. I look forward to hearing from you. Again, leave your name and your email or phone number. We'll just have a talk, find out what your business currently looks like. If it turns out it's better if you just to stay where you are, we'll know that and we'll tell you that. But if you're a good candidate for going on a national scale and you've got the ambition, you've got the entrepreneurial gene flowing through your veins, all right? Maybe you're tired of being stifled at the brokerage you're at. Check this out and we'll help you out. All right, take care of yourself. God bless you and your family. And I'll see you on the next Monday Night Live class if you'd like to join us there. There'll be a link for that too. Bye bye.